What is up? Welcome into the Early Edge in 5. I'm your host, Allan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. But I'll tell you what, before we get to that, we get this on the screen here. Come join the official 2023 Early Edge March Madness Bracket Challenge via CBSSports.com. Come compete against everyone in the Early Edge crew. People on the show, people in the chat, people behind the scenes, literally everyone all in it together, competing against each other for prizes and so much more. You see the QR code on your screen if you are watching live via YouTube, or you can join by going to the link tinyurl.com/early edge bracket. Come join us. It's obviously always free. Come have some fun, man. So that's that. Tell you what, let's not waste any time. Let's bring in the stars of the show because I get to host on a Monday and kick it off with the boys here. First up, my man, EC. How we doing, sir?
What's up, baby? We had a fun discussion in the pre-show about parlays. You and I love to fire away now. I got nothing today for everybody, but I want to say this. I'm throwing out 3 picks later. If you want to parlay them together, that's up to you. I'm all for it. Dude, at least 2 out of 3. I'm good with that.
Well, it was funny. We were talking about it, like, how every bettor, their results, are kind of different because their approach is kind of different. EC, you're a lot like me. We are aggressive as hell in the way that we bet. So, like, I've told people on the show for 2 years now, like, if you ride with me, like, we're either going to be 3-0 or going to be 0-3. Like, that's how it's going to be. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I totally get it. It makes it fun, makes it frustrating. It'll add years and some gray hairs up top. But other than that, I mean, that's what it's all about. Now, look at 2 dudes who don't have to worry about that at all. First off, Mikey B. How we doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you? Yeah, wait till Coach hears that we're starting off Monday with EC talking about parlays. He's not gonna like this.
Well, good thing. Hey, good thing for Coach. I'm gonna be hosting the Early Edge in 5 all week because he will be covered. Yeah, he's on the PGA Tour schedule this week, so you'll have me. He'll be on in the mornings for sure, but I'll be here in the afternoon. We'll cut it up, man. Chat it up, have some fun. And one dude who loves to have fun, my man, Spector. How we doing, buddy?
We're doing great, and I'm fine with everybody parlaying my pick because it's just one single pick each day. Go ahead and parlay it, but hey, I'm not trying to get those gray hairs or lose this hair, so no parlays over here from me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that's a great head of lettuce there, bro. Like,
again, I'm jealous of that. I got nothing there.
Well, it's because of us betting. Like, that's how it goes down, man. So I'll tell you what, dude, we'll start right there.
Bet with the speculator and you can keep your hair. Bet with EC and AB, no, it's not going to happen.
Ain't happening at all, bro. All right, let's jump into it. EC, you got some picks for us, man. I believe 3 of them. Go ahead, hit us. What you got, bro?
All right, AB. We got 3 overs. That's what we've been hitting lately. I had one yesterday. We were close, and then there was a foul with 0.7 seconds left in a tie game that ruined our over, but okay. Besides that. All right, we got the Northern Kentucky Norse against the Youngstown State Penguins over 137. I have no idea what a Norse is. I didn't look it up. Anybody knows what that is, please put it in the chat. Do you guys know Norse? N-O-R-S-C? Yeah, that's their mascot. What is a Norse?
Yeah, it's like a Viking, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. Thanks, AB. I had no idea. Anyways, the totals in this game, these 2 teams have played this year, 150 and 130. YSU is tied for 4th in the nation in scoring at 83.1 points per game. The reason I mentioned this because they're tied with my University of Arizona Wildcats. So we gotta root them on. They're 14-2 to the over on the road or in neutral site games. This is a neutral site game. And listen to this. In 15 of their last 17 games, they've scored 73 or more points. The 137, I believe, is too low. I think this line should be in the 140s. So I'm confident in taking this up to 140 or above, if not above that. Then we go to the Sun Belt Championship game between South Alabama and Louisiana. The over is 139.5 is what I got it at. I've seen it as low as 137, 138. I'm good playing this one up in the low 140s as well. These teams combined to average almost 150 points a game on the year. In their 2 matchups, we've seen 155 and 138 combined points this season. So here's the thing. And for South Alabama games, they're a great story. I think they're an 8 seed. They're trying to pull off the upset in the Sun Belt. One team has scored 74 or more points in 8 of their last 9 games. And for the Louisiana, their trend, before these 2 conference tournament games, which have been lower scoring, one team has scored 72 or more in 15 of the last 16 of their games. I think 139.5 is too low. I'd probably, as I said, play it up 141, 142 if it ever got that high. But I think you can get it lower than that. And finally, now this is the one I would be a little careful just based on the line movement. I locked it in last night about 127. It's now down to 124.5, and that's the Sacramento State Weber State Big Sky quarterfinal. Now, when they played twice this season, the combined totals are 98 and 101. Sac State is 7-3 over this number in the last 10. Weber State is 8-2 over this number in the last 10. 9 of the last 13 Weber State games, one team has scored 73 plus. 8 of the last 10 Sacramento State games, one team has scored 70 plus. If it wasn't for the line movement, I'd be playing this to 130 or above. So I would just temper this one a bit, but I still like it, and I'm going to play it one way or the other.
You know what? I'm going to say this. I don't like you tempering picks. I want you to hammer it down.
No, I already did, but I hammered it last night at 127, and then when I look at it this morning, and it's 124.5. That's not good.
What did you say the totals were on the first two?
It was like 98 and 101. It's been bad, but that means
why is it 124?
Right. So like, if they're that low, you would think it'd be around 110, right? Yeah. Just because, we think it'd get a North Texas level over under. So I think this one goes over. I'm playing it, and let's give it a ride.
What was I was doing the recap last night, like, putting the X or the checks. You had one that was like 170 points or 180 points or something.
Yeah, I think that was the Cincinnati game, Cincinnati SMU game. That one flew over. I mean, the two that I hit yesterday were easy hits. That Cincinnati game was like 170, so that was good. I feel like we got at least 2-1 tonight, and I'm going to ignore the line or the odds. I'm going, I think the Weber State goes over. I think we got 3-0.
All right. Hey, spoken like a true Norseman there. All right, Mikey B, you got 2 plays, 2 props. I'm glad you got that. Hit us with it, bro. What you got, man?
All right, so first we're going to go to the 76ers and Pacers game. We're going to do Tyrese Maxey over 21.5 points at -108. He started each of the last 3 games, played at least 34 minutes in all of those, and he had at least 26 points in each of them. If you go back a little further, he's gone 4 straight games with at least 23 points. Now, in this game, Tobias Harris and PJ Tucker are officially listed as questionable, but they both missed shoot-around on Monday morning. I don't think they play. So that should mean a lot of minutes for Maxey against a Pacers team that ranks both inside the top 10 in the league in pace of play and inside the bottom 10 in defensive rating. Then we'll head over to the thriller Pistons Trailblazers game. We'll do Matisse Thybulle over 1.5 steals at -113. Now, he was buried on the bench when he was with the 76ers. He started all 8 games since he got traded to the Trailblazers, and he is averaging 31 minutes a game too, so he's not just a token starter. He's a great defender, so he's been able to log at least 2 assists in 4 of those 8 games. Now, with the Pistons here, they have turned the ball over the 7th most times in the league. He has faced them 3 times this season when he was with the 76ers, and in those 3 games, he only played a total of 46 minutes, but he had 8 combined steals. So I like Matisse Thybulle over 1.5 steals.
All right, there we go. Sorry, I was trying to click a link and this thing was just freezing up on me. All right, I like those 2 plays, man. All right, now, Spector, coming over to you, dude. You've got 1 play, soccer, for tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and get ahead of it now. I like that approach. What you got, man?
Yeah, our model doesn't really like anything for the NBA that much. I actually really like Barner's pick that he made last night. He got the Cleveland pick early before, right when Boston was playing that double overtime. The odds shifted a ton. So make sure, as Coach would always say, turn on those notifications to get Mikey B's picks as soon as possible. And we're going to do the Champions League because I don't like too much in the NBA tonight. And we're going to do Chelsea money line at -118. In the first leg against Dortmund, they ended up losing that game 1-0, but it's deceived. That scoreline's really deceiving on how they actually played. Chelsea had 21 shots and 8 of them on target compared to Dortmund's 14 and only 2 on target. In fact, 21 shots is the most attempts Chelsea has done since 2011 without scoring a goal. They were just extremely unlucky and had an expected goal of 2.2. They even hit the crossbar. If they play the same way again tomorrow, then I think we expect them to regress towards their mean scoring and have a 1.6 to 1.2 projected scoreline in Chelsea's favor. That's why we're going Chelsea money line -118.
All right, there we go. All right, that's a full show. Anything that you boys have before we get off? Have you guys all entered the early edge bracket challenge? You guys all got it in?
We're in that.
Sundays.
I got to see a little more data. I'm waiting for a couple more games to get in. I want the freshest model possible.
Oh, come on.
There.
Listen, speculator, when you put together your picks, do you go straight model or do you just go gut feel? And so you're going straight model.
Mm-hmm. We're all these picks are, we try to do as little human bias as possible.
Mikey, when you do a bracket, do you do like straight model or do you just go like I do and pick random games?
I'm a big NBA guy, obviously. I don't follow college all that closely, so I'm kind of like the accountant. I just got the guy in the accounting office who gets lucky picking games and teams. I don't follow it that closely. I'm NBA, NFL. That's all and that and 2 kids. That's all the space I got in my head.
I'm picking Mikey to win our bracket, AB. I think you and I are the
yeah.
The team mascot that he doesn't know about, that's the team he's going.
The Norse. Yeah. If the Norse are in, Mikey's pick. AB, you and I pick a bracket probably the same way. We look at it, we feel good about a team, we roll with it, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, as soon as you get done, right? Like, you fill it out. I'm doing it like I'm writing it. Like, you fill it out online, right? And I'm telling you, I'm probably like you. Hit submit. You're like, there's not one miss that we're going to have. All green highlighter, right? And then the first Thursday comes, dude, and you're just balling it up, throwing it.
The worst.
I cannot wait. Which, by the way, everyone, we will be live before every single slate of the entire NCAA tournament. All of them will be live. Now, the shows will be 15, 20 minutes based on, the size. Like the first weekend, obviously the slates will be huge. And then obviously they get smaller. So it's like, we're not going to sit there and waste everybody's time. But we will be live breaking down each slate. So join us. Make sure an hour before. Yeah, we'll be getting that thing fired up. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, the worst was when I would actually print out a bracket. I know that, speculators too young for actually, when we would print things out here, but I would print out my bracket. I'd lose the Final Four team on day one. You just throw that in the garbage. So, yeah, I can relate to that.
Dude, look, let me say this real quick. All right. He says the best. Dude, it is the best. Like, the first weekend of March Madness legitimately is like it's a fever rush, dude. Like, there's so many games and like they just keep coming. Like, I don't know how you guys were. Like, we used to leave high school a little early. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
College, you're definitely like, there's no way I'm going to class today.
No,
like, we're just sitting here. Like, I love it, man. It is the absolute best. You know what I mean? Real quick here. NP says, couldn't get in with the tiny URL address. Okay, let me check on that. I'll put a tweet out and try to figure out, because I've had a couple of people have problems with that as well. If you have your phone, you could go back. Like, once we end the show here in just a second, you could go back and scan the QR code. That should work, but I'll work on that as well. So, NP, thank you for bringing that up. All right, sorry, EC, what were you saying?
No, I just want to say this. I always try to emulate the maestro when watching games. When U of A plays during March Madness, I get so bent out of shape. You don't want to have a camera on me. You don't want to hear anything I have to say. And you see this gray hair? It's because U of A hasn't made a Final Four since 2001. Speculator, you can relate to me on that one.
I totally understand. Yep. I was like, yes. Grad school basketball team I can root for in March Madness, because Cal is never doing that great ever since Jaylen Brown left. And then it's just been hard to watch. And
that's that.
And that's that. Somebody in the chat said that you were all about basically everything Arizona, which was funny to me.
Well, I mean, Mr. I went there. I'm passionate about the team.
I mean, you own Tennessee, so like, there's nothing I can say about that.
I'm going to the Pac-12 tournament this weekend. I'll be there Friday, Saturday. Arizona better be playing. If they lose on Thursday, something in my hotel room probably will get broken.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, we got a whole week of this. Buckle in, everyone. Buckle in. Let me know if the tiny URL link works for anybody. I'm gonna go mess with it right now. I haven't had any problems with it, but I have heard a couple other people say the same thing. So yeah, no idea there, but I'll put it out on Twitter for sure at Allan Bell 247. Once I figure that out. But once we end this show here in just a second, you could use the QR code. See, Mike just said it. It worked for me. Like, it's weird, man. Like, it worked for me too, but I've definitely, even people in SportsLine, like, that aren't on the show, we're like, hey, dude, like, this link's not working. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out for sure. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be live tomorrow, normal time, 10 a.m. Eastern, and the early edge at 4 p.m. Eastern. Also, the early wedge will be on tomorrow. What is that? 3 p.m. Eastern? Yeah. Be live in that one as well. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you tomorrow.